Okay.
Hi Sheila, I'm going to check your mental status right now. So I want to be able to, if you can tell me your name.
Sheila Crane.
Your date of birth.
9/23/76.
Can you tell me what year it is?
2015.
And who the president is?
Obama.
Okay. So baseline, you're alert and oriented times 3. And you can also do a mini mental status tool too if you wanted to assess someone's mental status. And the next thing I'm going to do is check your cranial nerve 1, which is the olfactory. And so I'm going to have you close your eyes, cover one ear, and I'm going to have you smell. Can you tell me, can you sniff?
Vanilla.
Okay, so the scent is vanilla, you're correct. So that's intact. The next thing I'm going to do is check your cranial nerve 2, which is vision. I'm going to do the Schnellen chart first. So I'm going to have you cover one eye and tell me the last line that you can read.
D-E-F-P-O-G-E-C.
So I'm standing 20 feet away. I'm going to have you do the other eye.
D-E-F-P-O-G-E-C.
And now I'm going to have you do both eyes.
D-F-P-O-G-E-C.
So your vision is 20/20 with your glasses on. And now I'm going to have you just check the fine print. 14 inches away, and if you can just read one line.
1 internet speed hardly fits all.
So that's also intact, and that's checking your near. Yeah, your near vision. So now I'm going to check your peripheral vision test, which is doing a confrontation test. And I'm going to have you just cover one eye. And if you can tell me when you see my wiggly fingers. Okay, good. That's intact. So the next thing I'm going to do is check your cranial nerve 3, 5, and 6. And we check those all together. So I am going to take a look into your eye with the flashlight, and I'm going to look at this pupil, and it constricts. And then I'm going to take it away, and I'm going to look in that eye again, but while I'm putting the light on the side, I'm going to look at your other eye. And I can see that pupil constricts too. So your pupils are equal, round, reactive to light, both directly and consensually. So that's good. Now I'm going to check accommodation, and I'm going to have you look across the room, and I'm going to have you follow my finger in towards your nose. Good. I can see that your eyes converge and constrict, and that's good. So now we're going to check the muscles of your eyes next, and that's extraocular movements. So I'm going to have you follow my finger laterally, up and down. I'm going to make like kind of an H shape. So. And I can see that you're parallel tracking in the eyes. There's parallel tracking in the eyes and no nice stagness there. So that's good. So next I'm going to check your cranial nerve 5, which is your trigeminal nerve. And I'm going to go to your temporal area, and I'm going to have you clench your teeth. And then I'm going to go to, actually, stop. Should be up here, right? Stop. Have you clench your teeth, and I'm going to go to your master area, and I'm going to have you clench your teeth. And your muscles are intact, and you have +5 strength. So then from there, I'm going to do a sharp dull test with a paper clip, and I'm just going to show you so you can tell how it feels. This will be dull, and that will be sharp. Okay, so I'm going to have you close your eyes, and if you can tell me if this is dull. Sharp. Dull. Sharp. Dull. Good. So your are intact. And then I'm going to check your cranial 7 nerve, and that's your facial nerve. So I'm looking for facial symmetry. So I'm going to have you raise your eyebrows. Good. And I'm going to have you close your eyes, and I'm going to try to pull your eyes apart, but don't let me. Good, and now I'm going to have you smile, and your smile is symmetric. So that's intact. Now I'm going to check your cranial nerve 8, which is your acoustic. So I'm going to have you include this ear, and I'm going to say 3 words. Can you tell me what they were?
Dog, cat, squirrel.
Good. So your cranial nerve is intact. And then the next thing I'm going to do is the rhyme test. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spike the tuning fork and place it on your top of your head, and you're going to tell me if you either hear it in your right, left, or if it's heard equally.
Equal.
Okay, good. And now I'm going to do your Weber test, and I'm going to spike the tuning fork again, and I'm going to put it behind your mastoid, and you're going to tell me when you don't hear it anymore.
I don't hear it.
And now if you can tell me when you don't hear it anymore.
I don't hear it.
All right, so that's good. So it's 20 to 10, and ear conduction over bone conduction is 2 to 1, so that's intact. And then from there, I'm going to do your cranial nerve 9 and 10, which is using a flashlight. I'm going to have you open your mouth and say R. And I see symmetrical rising of your soft palate. And you could also do it with a tongue depressor and touch the soft palate, and you should have a gag reflex. I'm going to check your cranial nerve 11, which is the spinal accessory nerve. I'm going to put my hands on your shoulders, and I'm going to have you push up, and you have +5 in strength, which is good. And then I'm going to check your cranial 12 nerve, which is the hypoglossal nerve, and I'm going to have you stick out your tongue, and it's midline, and there it's intact, and there's no basal vesiculation. And then I'm going to check your gross motor strength. So I'm going to have you actually stand. I'm going to take the chair away, and I'm just going to have you just walk in a straight line. Good. And then walk back.
Do you want me to walk
In a
back?
straight actually, if you can do the heel toe walking back. Good. I can see that you're upright, and your hands are in the position that they should be, and you're steady and so forth. So now I'm going to have you bend your knees, and I'm going to have just a little slight I'm going to have you stand on one foot.
Felt fatigue.
And then stand on the other foot. And then I'm going to have you do a pronator drift, which is I'm going to have you take your hands and close your eyes and put your hands out forward with the palm of your hand up and close your eyes. And she was just checking for balance. Good. And then I'm going to have you do the Roberg test, which is putting your hands by your side and closing your eyes. And I just want to check for any swaying. And no swaying there. So that's good. So that's intact. And then I'm going to do an exercise for coordination. We're going to do several of them. And the first one is to do finger to nose. So I'm going to have you touch your nose and then come to my finger. And do it several times with your eyes open. And now let's do it with your eyes closed. Good coordination, Sheila. All right. And then now we're going to do the twitching of the fingers. So if you can do that. Good. That's good. And now I'm going to have you actually sit on the chair. And I'm going to have you tap your hand. Like go both sides. Good. That's intact. I'm going to actually have you take the heel of one foot and just glide it all the way down to your big great toe. Good. And we would be assessing each of these on, bilaterally. So that's intact. Now I'm going to do the Del Sharp test, and this is checking your peripheral sensation. So I am going to do it on your hands, your arms, and your hands, feet, and chest, okay, because we already did your face. So you're going to just tell me if you can, with your eyes closed, if you can feel 1 or 2.
One. 2. 1, 2.
Good. All right. So you didn't feel it up until the 2 here, and then the second time on your foot you felt the 2. Stop. I'm going to have you close your eyes. I'm going to put it on your fingers and then your toes, and you're going to tell me when you start to feel it and stop.
Okay. I feel it. I stop.
Good. And now I'm going to do your toes.
I feel it. Oh, it stopped.
Okay. Good. That's intact. Now I'm going to check your for sensory. So I'm going to have you. I'm going to put an object in your hand. I'm going to have you close your eyes, and you can only feel it with one hand. Is that funny? Stop. Put out one hand, and I'm going to put the object in that hand. You're going to close your hand and feel it with just that hand. And can you tell me what it is?
A dime.
That's correct. So your sterignosis sensory is intact. So then I'm going to check for graphesthesia. So I'm going to have you close your eyes. I'm going to I'm going to take the palm of your hand, and I'm going to draw a number on it. And if you can tell me what number that is.
2.
Yep, that's correct. So that's intact. Then I'm going to do the 2-point discrimination, and this is to check for very fine sensory. So I'm going to do it on your upper arms and shoulder area, and you can tell me when you feel the 2 points, and then I'm going to measure. Okay? So. Can you feel? Tell me when you feel the 2.
2.
Okay. So it's right there. And it's 2 centimeters, which is good. Anywhere from 2 to 4 centimeters is within normal. So then I am going to check your tendon reflexes. So we're going to use the reflex hammer to do this. And I'm going to start off first by checking your brachial reflex. And I'm just going to take a small part of the hammer, and I'm going to just tap on the intercubital. And I see you have a +2 response.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And then I'm going to have you just rest your arm, and I'm going to do the tricep, and I'm going to use the longer part of the hammer and just relax it. When you got +2 there. Okay? And then I'm going to do your brachial right here, and I'm going to do the longer part, and you got +2 there. Good. And then I'm going to do your patella, and you got +2. You go.
That worked.
Stop. Patella, and you got +2 there. And then I'm going to do your Achilles, and you got +2 there. So they're all within intact, and you're okay. You're done.